Hello everyone, this is Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the DisruptMeister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share this video. I post a new video here every day, and tonight I'm posting it really late at night. But I got it in for those of you in the Mountain Time Zone and the Pacific time, the West Coast time zone out in Los Angeles, California. You're enjoying this right now, right? Anyway, check out the notes section below also. So we're approaching the last day of the year. It's been a great year. I'd like to thank the person who sent me some Bitcoin and the classic person who sent me that little bit of Dash. Whoever you are, mystery Dash person is back again. Supposedly the Bitcoin group show was great tonight. I didn't watch it yet, so I'm just taking the person's word for it. I'm going to watch it as I fall asleep at 3 a.m. preparing to stay out late tomorrow for New Year's. Falling asleep listening to Tone Vase's voice. That's what, I don't know if that's cool, man, but that's what I'll be doing tonight. Anyway, it's supposedly a good show tonight. You know, there's been a lot of fun endeavors in Bitcoin this year that I haven't been able to. I would never have predicted a year ago. I really enjoyed Southern Africa, getting to know the ecosystem of Southern Africa, being on the ground there, talking about Bitcoin to people, and just seeing the potential in countries like Mozambique and Zimbabwe, South Africa, Namibia, and I didn't go to Botswana, but in Botswana also. So that's going to be a reoccurring theme here in 2017. I also just got off a Skype message with someone in Brazil. And he's a great guy in Brazil. They're going through a lot of economic troubles in Brazil, and he's really bad off because he has economic interest in Angola also. They speak Portuguese in Angola, Brazil, Portugal, and Mozambique. Now, I've been to Mozambique and I've been to Brazil. It's very difficult to go to Angola. I know someone who can get me into Angola, apparently. But I will be in Portugal in... here's a little sneak peek for anyone paying attention. I'll be in Portugal if you want to hang out in February and March and a little bit of April, and not all of February, but all of March. So I'm getting to know the Portuguese-speaking ecosystem of Bitcoin, and it's a very, very interesting one. And you know, on this channel, you're going to get insights about these not little, but these niche markets, I guess. There are just different ways of looking at Bitcoin. There are different worlds of Bitcoin. There's the Southern African world of Bitcoin. There's the Portuguese-speaking world of Bitcoin. And in the United States, we don't necessarily get a lot of on-the-ground information about those places, unless, at least from our fellow Americans, because our fellow Americans don't really travel there. And I mention Americans because we are the most knowledgeable people when it comes to Bitcoin. I don't want to seem like a know-it-all or a jerk, but we are very advanced when it comes to Bitcoin. I mean, we can just buy Bitcoin at Coinbase. I mean, it's not that easy for people. And in many parts of the world, there's a lack of understanding for various reasons, and sometimes there's a language barrier. English really is the language of Bitcoin right now. But I see a great potential in the Portuguese-speaking world too. And I know the people who are watching this who are in the Portuguese-speaking world, because there's quite a few who are very happy that I'm even mentioning the Portuguese-speaking world. And I'm proud of the Portuguese-speaking world when it comes to Bitcoin, because there's going to be some difference-making there in 2017, and I hope to be part of it, and hopefully we can put together some type of a Bitcoin conference that actually combines Southern African Bitcoin people and Portuguese-speaking Bitcoin people. We'll get to that. I really enjoyed my time in Maputo, Mozambique, to say the least. So last night, speaking of Americans and Bitcoin, I ran into a friend of mine. I hung out with a friend of mine who is not into Bitcoin at all, but he knows, I mean, he's interested in managing his finances. And he said, yeah, I've been hearing about Bitcoin. So, I mean, that's very positive. I'm glad the mainstream media has, because my friend only pays attention to the mainstream media. But he's hesitant. He's still hesitant in even getting one Bitcoin. And he's got extra money to spend. He does, but he's hesitant still. What can I say? So there's, you get that positive that the mainstream media is talking about it, but the guy who's listening to the mainstream media is still hesitant. So I'm still going to be plugging away here on this channel and hoping that people will just stumble upon it somehow. People like my friend. But even my own friend who knows about this channel, I've been friends with him since we were little boys, he can't be convinced yet. So we'll see. And again, I think... I want to quickly mention... that Tone Vays and Andy Hoffman, they really might come together on this channel and talk. I mean, not a debate, but they do agree on a lot. They agree on everything when it comes to Bitcoin, or most everything. And I think it's really interesting to have two guys like that come on and just talk. And that's what about this channel. I really try to do different things on this channel. I think that there's a lot of things that are boring and borderline scammy out there. I don't like talking about the numbers too much and boring people, and I'm not saying buy this, buy that, cloud mining. Definitely I try to warn people about scams and stuff. I mean, I try to keep it I try to treat everyone with respect in terms of intelligence. I think the people are very intelligent who are finding this channel, and you're into learning. I want people to use logic and reason and just let's talk about. I mean, we don't want to get too complex, because let's face it, I'm a marketing guy anyway. I'm not a tech guy. I can't get that complex and bore you out of your mind. But I like creative, interesting things. So Tone is definitely a thought leader when it comes to this. Andy Hoffman is known throughout the web for his precious metals, and he mentions Bitcoin, and I don't think there's been a sit down just with Andy just talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And I know he's got a lot of fans here on this channel, so maybe that's something we can look forward to in 2017 here. Again, I have to update my technical abilities, and I keep saying that, and I'm terrible about updating my technical abilities. I'm not in terms of filming and everything. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I just keep having distractions. I keep getting into other things. So that's a New Year's resolution, I guess, if you believe in New Year's resolutions. And I don't even believe in New Year's resolutions, really. I mean, I run 20 miles a week, and I always see a couple more runners at the beginning of the year than you do at the end of the year. But I mean, I keep it up in terms of my health habits. All right, we're going off on a tangent, but I do have a new laptop now, and I have to set it up, and maybe the camera's better on that thing, hopefully. So it's great when the mainstream media does mention Bitcoin, but you got to check channels like mine, especially the ones that treat you like an intelligent person. But the prepared wombat sent me a link to a Financial Times article, and it's not you need to subscribe, but I found it on Reddit, and the Reddit thread about this, it's a FUD article, basically. What's it called? Bitcoin bounces back despite negative publicity. Yeah, that's a great title. Again, at least the Financial Times is talking about it, but we're going to have to get used to this in 2017. They're going to be talking about it, but then there's going to be people that are putting a negative spin on it. And a commenter on this Reddit thread really summed it all up, and I'm going to read his entire quote. This article is like a masterclass in how to write negatively about a subject while reporting positive news. Look carefully at the selection of words and phrasing used consistently throughout the piece. The opening paragraph associates Bitcoin with criminals and reminds the reader that any gains are merely temporary, according to Bitcoin insiders. Two more paragraphs are used to appropriately set the stage in a negative light, before finally revealing that there is some positive news to report regarding Bitcoin. So, I mean, there's the blueprint right there that these mainstream outlets use. And, part of the problem is that the reporters aren't experts on Bitcoin. They don't have a Bitcoin expert at any major paper, really. They don't have a Bitcoin columnist yet. Or they never will, because the newspapers are going down the tubes anyway, and I don't think the financial cable networks, people don't take them very seriously. So you're going to get your Bitcoin experts here on the web. And so keep coming to this channel if you want some interesting insights, some creativity when it comes to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Finally, regarding this channel and the future, and I appreciate it when people send Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, but freeload, continue to freeload. I love it, and it's not really freeloading. I'm just using like a Stefan Molyneux type of term. He like kind of guilts people into like giving him donations and everything. And I noticed when he was asking for donations the other day, and everyone's asking for donations at the end of the year because you can write it off as a tax thing, or maybe that's what people do this week. I don't know. But he forgot to mention to give Bitcoin, and you can send donations to Molyneux with Bitcoin, and he has promoted Bitcoin, which is great. But I was disappointed he did not mention Bitcoin when asking for money. Anyway, YouTube, this is the platform here, and it's free. So take full advantage of it. And repost my videos. I don't care. Just spread the word. Spread the word, man. Do it, because I understand a lot of people don't have money to spend, and I'm telling people to buy Bitcoin. So if you don't have a lot of money to spend, I'd rather you just get your own Bitcoin before giving me Bitcoin. Because obviously, if you don't have Bitcoin, don't give me Bitcoin, and don't send me money. Get yourself some Bitcoin. This stuff is free, and I like that it's free. I watch people's stuff for free. I appreciate free stuff. I like to be cheap. I like to be frugal. So be frugal. I like it. I respect you. I don't want to. The Molyneux approach, yeah, like he's like tries to guilt people. I'm not down with that, man. I'm not down with that at all. But again, I appreciate it when people send me it. I always thank everyone. Everyone's different. I understand everyone's different when it comes to this type of thing, and I'm just trying to get the people into Bitcoin. Okay, because people have been asking me, Adam, how much Bitcoin do you have? And I'm not going to say how much Bitcoin I have, because one of Adam's rules here that I've stressed to people: don't talk about your finances online, so like the whole world knows where you stand and stuff. There's no benefit to that at all. There's no benefit, especially when people are talking about their taxes and oh my God, the things that people start asking questions about that and posting about in the comments section. Be very careful what you reveal about your financial life online. It cannot help you in any way. It can only hurt you. So today's was just all over the place, this video. I guess because it's so late at night. I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister. We'll have one more video in 2016 before we turn it over to what is going to be a really, really awesome year. This is just a start. I'm Adam Meister. Talk to you later.